The Blackout Files. Easy English mystery story. Learn English through stories. What if one night all the lights in your city go out? What if, in the dark, you find secrets no one wants you to know? This is The Blackout Files, a story to learn English through stories, full of mystery and adventure. Are you ready to find the truth in the dark? Characters: Jake, 15 years old, curious and brave. Sara, 14 years old, smart and careful. Leo, 15 years old, funny but scared easily. Nina, 14 years old, loves mysteries and takes photos. Chapter 1. The City Goes Dark. Jake was doing his homework when the lights flickered. The whole street went black. He looked outside. The whole city was dark. His phone had no signal. He called his friends. They all said, "Let's meet at school. Maybe the lights are on there." Chapter 2. Strange Lights. At school, the building was dark too. Jake, Sara, Leo, and Nina used flashlights. They saw strange lights coming from the basement window. Nina whispered, "Who is down there during a blackout?" Jake said, "Let's find out." Chapter 3. The Basement Door. They opened the old basement door. It smelled musty and cold. Leo said, "I don't like this." Sara said, "Shh, listen." They heard voices, but not teachers. They hid behind boxes. Two men in suits were talking. Chapter 4. The Secret Files. One man said, "The files must stay hidden. No one must know." The other man carried a metal box full of folders. Jake whispered, "What files?" When the men left, the friends went to the table. Nina snapped photos. Sara opened a folder. It read, "Project Blackout, Phase 2. Chapter 5. The Truth. Inside, there were photos of tunnels under the school, maps, machines, strange symbols. Sara read, "They use blackouts to hide experiments." Leo asked, "What experiments?" Nina found a photo. It showed students in beds, wires on their heads. Chapter 6. Run! Suddenly, a loud noise. The men came back. "Who's there?" one man shouted. Jake grabbed some files. "Run!" They ran up the basement stairs. They hid in the science lab. Leo said, "What do we do now?" Chapter 7. Dig Deeper. The lights were still out. Jake said, "We must find where they do these experiments." Sara pointed to the map. "There's a door under the old gym." Chapter 8. The Hidden Door. They reached the old gym. Under the bleachers, they found a metal door. Nina took photos. Jake pushed it open. Dark stairs led down. They looked at each other. Leo said, "I hate stairs in the dark." Chapter 9. Underground Lab. At the bottom, they found a huge underground room. Computers beeped. Machines hummed. They hid behind a big machine. Sara read the screen. "Memory Control Test." Nina whispered, "They test on students." Jake saw a big power box. "If we shut this, maybe we stop everything." Leo said, "And maybe they catch us." Jake pulled the switch. The machines stopped. Suddenly, emergency lights turned on. Alarms rang. Footsteps. The friends ran through a tunnel. They found an exit behind the school garden. They hid behind trees until the men stopped looking. Nina said, "We have the files and photos." Jake said, "We need proof." Chapter 12. Proof. Next day, they printed the photos and files. Sara gave them to a trusted teacher. He looked shocked. "These people are dangerous, but I will help you." Light again. Chapter 13. The blackout ended. The city lights came back. The news said, "Secret school lab closed after students find proof." Jake and his friends smiled. They were heroes. Back to normal. They sat under a tree. Nina said, "We did it." Leo said, "Next time, no more basements, okay?" Sara laughed. "No promises." Jake looked at the sky. Sometimes you find the truth only when the lights go out. Ending. What did they learn? The Blackout Files teaches us. Always ask questions. Truth hides in dark places. Work together. Trust your friends. Be brave, but be careful. Thank you for listening to the Blackout Files. Use this story to practice easy English, learn new words, and remember, sometimes darkness helps you see the truth.